Hi everyone, my name is James Mendez and welcome to the first episode of Past Curfew. We wanted to kick the series off strong, so tonight we're going to be talking about the economy. We have some great sketches, an interview with a trailblazing Iowan, and an awesome music performance coming up. So shut up, mask up, stick around, and enjoy the...
Why didn't the Tooth Fairy give me more money?
Maybe it's because there's so much plaque on it.
What? Are you the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, I'm a tooth fairy.
How did you get here?
Oh, I was in your mom's room down the hall and I thought I'd drop by.
What?
I said I was in the neighborhood.
Mr. Tooth Fairy, why did I only get 66 cents for my tooth?
What do you think your tooth is worth?
$1.
$1?
Yes.
Who would pay $1 for a nasty-ass tooth like that?
Well, my brother lost his tooth last year, and was six, and he got $1. So I should get $1, right?
A tooth just isn't worth what it once was anymore. I remember back in the 50s, everyone got a nice, shiny quarter. The point is, your tooth just isn't worth...
Why don't you just adjust for inflation? But my brother got $1, and he was 6.
It's supply and demand. As more and more children are being born, there's an increased amount of baby teeth. That is what's called a surplus. And when you get a surplus, it depreciates the value of the tooth as a whole, meaning your tooth is worth less.
Maybe worldwide, but the mean family size across the U.S. over the past several decades has had a steady decline, leading to a decrease in supply and an increase in demand for American baby teeth.
Why am I even arguing about this? I come in and pick up your trash for free, and I also leave you money.
Do you want a cent?
You're offering it to me?
Sure.
No one's ever offered me a cent before.
Really?
Thank you. I'll remember this. You know what? I'll check about that $1 next time.
Thank you, Mr. Tooth Fairy.
Please, call me Tooth. Hey babe, look, Charlie gave me a cent back. Nobody's ever given me money back.
You met Charlie?
Yeah, sweet kid. She's smart too.
Honey, I wasn't ready for you to meet her yet.
Oh, come on, she's right there. I don't want some other fairy coming down from the office and doing what I'm already here and perfectly capable of doing. It's fine. She's a cool kid, see? That's the benefit of sleeping with the Tooth Fairy. You know, you got someone in the house who gets paid to...
You were out of line. I never said you could meet my daughter.
Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
No, of course you didn't mean to. You never mean to.
Nancy!
Her father died 2 days ago. What is she going to think? That I'm just sleeping with the first guy I see? That I'm over it, just like that? I didn't want you anywhere near her, especially right now. What were you thinking?
Honey, I'm sorry.
Don't. I want you out. Now.
Fine, Jesus.
We are so excited to have joining us the newly re-elected 6-time incumbent of Iowa State District 32, the recipient of Iowa Teacher of the Year and a national finalist for Teacher of the Year in the school year of 98 and 99, and a woman who has recently been honored at the same ceremony as John Papa John and U.S. Senator Tom Harkin for the Sages Over 70. Please welcome Representative Ruth Ann Gaines. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
I'm glad to be here, James.
So we are going to talk about the economy. Fun.
Oh, one of my favorite topics, okay?
I know it is. So a Gallup poll has recently told us that the #1 topic amongst voters has been the economy, and a lot of voters are citing Trump's reopening of the economy, trying to get business back out there as a main reason why they're voting for him. Donald Trump has been touting his pride for his procedures and for his policies, and Biden has said that if he is elected, he would be willing to close the economy back down again if we need to keep people safe. So how do you think that affected the election?
Well, James, I've always believed that our country is split. Unfortunately, the country is more split now than it has ever been that I'm aware of in my lifetime. So I do believe that people who put the economy first, who are considerate of their own livelihoods, and who have businesses, who maybe lost money, who got shut down, people who are interested in investments in their 401ks and other types of investments, I do believe, and also cutting taxes, I do believe that those are the people who voted for President Trump. But on the other side, I believe that there are people who put human rights, human dignity, health, safety, respect for one another as their number one goal in this election. And I think those are the people who voted for Joe Biden, me being one of them.
It doesn't help, though, whoever people voted for all the people who've already lost their jobs right now. What it is, whoever people have voted for, the election is being called across the country as we speak. There are people, Iowa itself, we expected a huge Democratic surge here, and the Republicans have firmly maintained their trifecta for the second consecutive session now. How do you think that has showed for the message that people want about the economy and about the mask mandates and reopening that Governor Reynolds has led in the country, in the state? Excuse me.
Well, I must say that I was surprised that the GOP took so many seats in this election. And it did say to me that people really put money first, that they really are concerned about their pocketbooks and what's going to happen to them financially in the future. And Kim Reynolds said on TV today that the vote says to her that our state government has been managing the pandemic in the way that she's been going. No, I don't believe that that is necessarily the popular vote, but many of those people who don't believe in her still didn't vote. So it says to me that we are going to be going down the same lane that we were going down before we were shut down back in March. And I am a little bit frightened because as death toll increases, cases increase, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And, you know, a lot of people, because of sickness and death and bad health, are still going to be economically disenfranchised.
The Dow Jones is up. The economy is resurging again, however, and Trump is touting that as a sign of his accomplishments during this pandemic. What does that say for everyday Iowans or everyday people in general? What are they saying? What are your constituents saying?
My constituents are really concerned about the economy, but my constituents are Democratic, and they believe that Joe Biden will able to do as good a job with the economy as Donald Trump did, as well as restore some type of decency to the American agenda.
Yeah. So switching back to the national level, it looks like right now that the Republicans may maintain the control of the United States Senate. There were seats that were flipped and gained by the Republicans in the House. People were expecting a blue wave across the country. What happened?
It did not happen, and I believe that the last week or so before we actually voted, Donald Trump put into the heads of many of Americans that Joe Biden is a socialist, that he would instill socialist policies, and people are afraid of socialism. I think people bought that message, and because of that, I think some people who were going to actually vote for Joe Biden steered away because they do not want a socialist America. So I think that's what happened.
That is true. That word socialism comes up quite a bit. I would be very interested to hear a number of people define what socialism actually is. Donald Trump, however, is a very firm capitalist. A lot of the Republican Party are. Most of the United States is. However, right now farmers have been hurting because of the trade and because of the inability to get their product produced and get sent through. We are seeing Pork producers losing money because they can't get their meat gone through the lockers. The same thing with beef. The prices for corn and soybeans are up and down, and as the trade war with China and as we get into interactions with Brazil are everywhere. Does the economy seem like it's really doing that well at the moment?
No, Donald Trump has a good way of speaking so that people follow him. I do believe that if Joe Biden is elected president, he will be able to bring some kind of sense to our economy and a balance that we haven't seen. And I do believe that many middle-class Americans will be able to make ends meet better than we've been in the last 4 years since Donald Trump entered the presidency.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for answering all of these questions. It's nice to crawl out of the caves that we call homes and get into the public.
Well, I've really enjoyed being here, and I appreciate your giving me the opportunity to share some of my opinions about life, the economy, and the future here in Iowa.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Richard Cephas Jones, CEO of Skype. We wanted to take this opportunity to share with you some of the new and exciting developments we have and new features we have to offer. Since the worldwide coronavirus pandemic and subsequent social distancing quarantine protocol, the need for teleconferencing has never been higher. Luckily, Skype is here in these isolated times to bring people together. First, I'd like to walk you through some of our new green screen capabilities. As you can see, the engineers at Skype Laboratories have found a way to digitally remove the background from most users' broadcasts and replace it with any image that they have on their computer. Question already. Yes, you.
Mr. Cephas Jones, a new report found that the green screen technology on Zoom and other video conferencing apps are designed to only recognize faces as they compare to those of traditionally white males. Is this something Skype has been made aware of?
Skype doesn't, we don't.
Is there a racial bias built into your technology?
No, of course not. Skype is dedicated to diversity and inclusion across our everything. And I mean, yes, okay, so all of our computer development team is white or Asian. That doesn't influence the way our software operates, you know? Look, that is a very serious question, and this is a sort of not serious press conference. It's a cool press conference. So let's be cool, guys. In addition to our new green screen technology, our definitely not racist green screen technology.
Mr. Cephas Jones, it seems every major American business, university, and frankly anywhere with a lot of people has opted to use Zoom over Skype. Does that hurt?
Does that hurt? What's your name, friend?
Paul.
Paul. Yes, Paul. It does hurt. It hurts to see the company that you've bled for and wept for be beaten at the same game that it started. Look, what do you want me to say? Okay? What do you want to hear from me? We lost. We had like a 9-year head start and we lost. Okay? We dropped the ball. That's it. They won. Okay? We were founded in 2003. Out of the rubble of 9/11, we rose. We brushed off our shoulders and brushed debris off the backs of our neighbors. We sought to unite this company, not divide it. That's us. And when we were told that we couldn't do it, we showed them. We triumphed. Okay, some of these new things may be prettier, nicer, safer, more usable, conscious of race stuff. But they will never love you. Skype loves you and you love us. Okay, your wife's not gonna get prettier with time. Your husband's penis is gonna, shrivel like a raisin or something. But where passions fade, love persists. Well, now that I have you on my side again, I guess, I'd like to close this press conference by announcing Skype will begin constant casting. That means every time you open your laptop, your Skype camera will be on and ready to go. It actually stays on for 2 hours after you close it, too. So that's how much we care about your punctuality. No more struggling to log into the app, searching for a meeting ID in an old email, or apologizing for being late. Now your camera will be ready to go whenever you are.
Mr. Cephas Jones.
Mr. Cephas Jones.
And now, here to perform some songs off of his new album, One Last Two-Step, please welcome Royce Johns.
Ready? People pass through, they often don't see. Stories are told, and laughter is free. We all get younger, and he's growing old. He sits at the bar, and people are told. Dancing dogs on the wall, and the music they play. Their old liquor bottles getting better with age. He's your best barstool neighbor, he'll probably stay later. He's a fixture at the Greenwood Lounge. Time passes by, but for him it stands still, like the ice in his glass. He's cold from memories of her. The days just go by, like the clock on the wall that no longer tells time. Dancing dogs on the wall, and the music they play. Their old liquor bottles getting better with age. He's your best barstool neighbor, he'll probably stay later. He's a fixture at the Greenwood Lounge. Dancing dogs on the wall, and the music they play. Their old liquor bottles getting better with age. He's your best barstool neighbor, he'll probably stay later. He's a fixture at the Greenwood Lounge. People pass through, they often don't see. Stories are told, and laughter is free. Hello, my name is Ryan Jones, and you're watching the Behind One Fern late night show. This is one I got to co-write with Robert and Roger Murrah. He's a Hall of Fame writer in Nashville. It's called One Last Two-Step. I've been here before, and I've heard that band, but can't count the times you've been asked to dance on my two hands. You can't blame me for taking in the view, But before the night slips away, I'm asking you to save that one last two-step, a little 3-minute shuffle for me to have my chance. Yeah, just one shot to hold you and wind you up and turn your world around. Now you might think I'm just a drop in lines. A pretty sight like you probably gets this all the time. They try to tune you up, they try to take you home. But before you walk out of here alone, just give me that one last two-step, a little 3-minute shuffle for me to have my chance. Yeah, just one shot to hold you and wind you up and turn your world around. Let them drink their booze and scoot their boots to charm you. Baby, I just wanna be the first to have that one last two-step, a little 3-minute shuffle for me to have my chance. Yeah, just one shot to hold you and wind you up and turn your world around. Just like you wound me up and turned my world upside down. That's going to be the title track of a new record we're putting out November 1st, One Last Two-Step. All right, Luke, I've run out of ideas. What do you want now? I think I got one. Shit, I don't know. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. 'Cause when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist, a round thing up in your face, you get sprung. You wanna pull up tough, 'cause you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. Girl, I can't stop staring. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. 'Cause when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist, round thing up in your face, you get sprung. Thank you, Las Vegas. My name is Ryan James. I'll see you another time.